what would you say to somebody who's apprehensive to go hire a real photographer or videographer in their area? And is there too small of a company to do that?
I mean, there probably is. You have to be a good fiduciary to your company and not strain yourself.
Hey, how's it going? It's Tim Brown, and this is the Hook Better Leads podcast, and I have Jake Hofer on from Built Right Construction. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you, Tim?
Doing really well. We're talking about telling your story online through websites, social, and video. And we had the pleasure of working with you guys on your website. And I think I love the way your website turned out. I think you guys have a really cool brand. I think that's a great place to start, is like when somebody has a cool brand that's unique and has its own fresh look, it helps. So
yeah, we definitely don't have the classic roof line over top of a couple letters or a last name.
Yeah. And you got this gradient built into the logo. So when we were working on the website with you guys, we always do a story brand workshop to help people position themselves as the guide, and the homeowner or the property manager is the hero. The customer is the hero. Company is the guide. So we built that into this website, but also the local area. So it was important to you guys to focus on the local area and to make it feel like South Dakota, not California or whatever, right? Like we see the websites with this guy on the hammer with the hard hat, and he's got the perfect shoes and he looks like a model. You know that vibe on people's websites.
There's so many stock photos you see over and over. There's one of he's like an army guy wearing a camouflage suit and combat boots, and it's like a 4x8 sheet of some kind of fake tile thing. I see that one all the time on Facebook ads and websites and stuff.
So you guys had great imagery, and then we also kind of brought in the local aspect. One, you had a great brand. We brought in the gradient all over. We focused on things that look South Dakota, that feel local, and a lot of the great photography that you guys have. You've done a lot of work to get great photos as well.
Thank you. Yeah, we have a photographer that we use. He does photo and video for us. And it's just those stock videos don't capture what your customer's actually going to see happen at their home or at their business. You need a photo or videos of your crews doing your work in your area, because people can tell the subtle things, like the type of trees in the background, they see that and they're like, we don't have those kind of trees around here,
Yep, exactly. So keep it authentic and get real stuff. It's not really that hard. I mean, I think we make it harder than it needs to be. If imagery is basically the main thing that makes a website better and makes all your marketing better, are you willing to invest in photography and videography to make it actually good? Or are you just going to keep on trying to pretend with other people's imagery?
Right. It's so much different having your crews with your logo on, in all the imagery versus random army guy working on the roof.
And we all see, everyone sees it, but a homeowner feels it. Okay, so let's get into my questions. Your website is a prime example of storytelling in home services and just really showing the company for what it is. How did you ensure that it reflected your brand's quality and reputation when you worked with us on it? But I know that every website is a labor of love, and yours is particularly unique. What are some things that you think would help other contractors to get the most out of doing a new website?
I think that the imagery, like we talked on, images and videos, of course, but put thought into it and think of your company's story, something ordinary like ours. One of the stories we have on our website is when we were a new company and it was just me and my partner Andy and no one else. We took on a job of building a deck for a guy, and it had to be done before the 4th of July. and it's next to a golf course. So we had like 2 weeks to do it. So we're out there building this deck. It's hot as balls out. We're watching all these people golfing. There's like a nice, golf course pond nearby, and and we used the profits from that to buy our first dump trailer. So like just like little stories that seem really ordinary to you aren't ordinary to everyone else. That's like that lets people know that that we're just two honest guys, started our company building a deck and bought our first trailer and took off from there. And we had a deadline for a guy, and we suffered through the heat to get it done for him. And it's just little stories like that. Think of those. Every company has those. Every entrepreneur has that kind of little stuff you've done that maybe you don't think is a big deal, but it actually is to someone on the outside looking in.
Love that. So we've got the videos, we've got images that are real, we've got the brand. Everything looks branded on this website. It feels like you guys. It's not somebody else's website that you slapped a logo on. Right. You took time though too to get photos. Like for instance, there's a picture on the front page of you shaking the hand. Somebody on your team, a salesman, they're shaking the hand. It's got the logo, the bright shirt, and then the logo, and he's shaking a homeowner's hand. It looks somewhat authentic. So there's like work that went into that. It's funny. Sometimes it's the stuff that it's like, it's not actually just a random moment. It took work to make it feel natural.
Yeah, for sure. And some people, I think, get in their own head too much about that. Like we had our photographer like, hey, you're going to tag along with Mason or Tyler today, And I feel like some salespeople would be like, oh, they're going to throw me off my game. And you just got to go do it and have fun with it. And the customers think it's fun way more often than like they don't get annoyed by it. Like that's your first thought is they're going to get annoyed by having this guy here. But they think it's cool. And then they want to like take a picture shaking your hand or talk about the great inspection you just did or the great job the crew just did,
Exactly. So don't create, document. Like I think that if you get in your head you have to make this big production, then sure they're going to be weird about it. But if you just document and then see how, like, that takes work though. Like people like that was work for you guys to set up and to get that guy out there and to make sure he was with a good sales guy that's not going to get too thrown off by so you got to do the work to get the cool stuff, to get the stuff that actually everyone's always like, okay, I'm going to show my team it's going to be authentic, and this guy just installed the roof. What do the homeowners really care about? They care about relationship. They do want the roof to be done well, but the more imagery you can get with homeowners having a good experience. So I think that's what makes a website next level, is like actually showing imagery of happy homeowners.
Yeah, they relate to happy faces. All of us do. Whether it be from your customers or your crews or your salespeople, they relate to that more than they relate to this is a certainty driftwood shingle. Like, who cares?
And they're mirror them. Ever since I got into web design, I was like really obsessed with this idea of mirroring, where it's like if you show happy customers, then literally like the homeowner is imagining themselves future pacing too. In sales, we talk about future pacing. It's like, this is what it's going to be like. So you have a very clear process on the homepage of the website. You have pictures of happy homeowners, and that clear process decreases anxiety. It future paces so they know what they're about to experience, and then they want to be in the position of that happy homeowner. All these customers, they just want to have an easy experience. So you're mirroring what you want them to experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's move on here to like kind of the social part of it. So you guys do a lot of video as well, and I think one thing that you've done really, really well is showing some of these higher end jobs with really nice videos. Like you guys have, like, I don't even know where you got this guy. The guy that does your guys' videos, or the gal or whoever it is, does an incredible job. How has this idea of show what you want to grow impacted the types of projects that you attract?
Once you get to know us, there's no reason to buy from anybody else. What we do differently is we do stake in the factory. You're truly buying direct. We don't sell to distribution. We sell to roofers, the people that have been getting hurt for years. You keep getting price increases from suppliers. We do price decreases. We've had about 4 price decreases this year. VanBoxwellBuilding.com. We have a new website, the Amazon type platform. You go right on there, click it, put it in your cart. We can send it to you, or feel free to give us a call. We'll answer any questions for you.
Yeah, well, if someone is going to hire you or know that you do that type of work, it helps if they can see you do it, right? And even not just from a lead generation perspective, but once you have a lead, showing them the video of your crew on the site doing a large job just like theirs or a residential home just like theirs, it reinforces in their mind that, okay, this is a company that can do it. Now I've seen it done, and I've seen it done by them with their crew and their logos everywhere. So that's how roofs get done, is by Built Right. Because most homeowners haven't seen, or business owners, they haven't seen like a roof replacement go down. They don't know that it's messy, that there's like 10 guys around a loud air compressor. And they need to kind of see that. And why not show them that with your logo and your guys displayed?
That's a big key. It's a lot of people don't always get the consistency on the crews, and
Right.
like trying to get the visual with it. At least when we come by with the video cameras, but why not always? Why not always? Because it's such a good opportunity seeing the people up on the roof. The neighbors come out, right? I've been on a lot of job sites. The neighbors come out, they're looking up, especially in these smaller, like these tighter neighborhoods. They come out, they're looking up. What if they had a fluorescent shirt with your big logo on it?
Right.
And yeah, I've also been on jobs, I think about underlayment too. There's so many opportunities for branding on these jobs. I think just job site branding, like it's the biggest advertisement. And then when we show up with a video, it's good too. But it's also making the jobs good. And I know that they're messy. They're all messy, okay?
Right.
But
it's construction.
yeah. But there's a lot of opportunities to brand those jobs.
Mm-hmm. Well, and kind of the point I was getting at earlier is like you're showing them a roof being done, and then it's in their head that Built Right does this type of roofing.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it goes. The other guys who maybe you're bidding against, they haven't seen a video. They don't know of roofs they've done. They're like, they tell me they can do it, but I haven't seen it. I've seen it. I know Built Right does it. So you're just kind of putting that in their head.
That's so good. You're also really consistent sharing your team wins and customer reviews on social. How did you guys, like as specific as you're willing to be, but how are you making that such a habit, and what results have you seen from it?
Well, it's super simple. It's just every Wednesday we post a review. It's not like a magic formula, but same thing. It kind of reinforces to people on social. They see Built Right and they see Built Right did a good job. Every Wednesday they see it. So it's the social proof, I guess. And then with the wins, it's just kind of caring about your people that work there. It's social media. You share, people share their wins more than their losses, of course. And we just want to share our wins and champion our people. And some results we've seen from that is we get a ton of like competitors, employees coming and wanting to work here all the time because they see our employees winning and being appreciated.
So
Yeah.
Do you think about the way that you guys share stories online? Do you think about it as also recruiting?
Yeah, absolutely. We
Okay.
we want to bring on the best people, and the best salespeople see our job sites with our crews wearing the Built Right gear. They don't get that at their company. They see big jobs being done. They want to sell those jobs 100%. You're marketing to not only just homeowners and business owners, but to potential employees as well.
Hey, we might as well go into that for a second. What is attracting the best employees end up doing as a virtuous cycle for your marketing?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand that question.
Yeah,
But
like I mean,
I'm not
like
that.
no. Once you start attracting great people, like more and more, does that help your marketing in any way? And I don't know the answer, so I'm actually just asking, like, does attracting more and more better people, like having such a recruiting focus, also help your marketing in any other ways, or does that ever show up? And if it's just no, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how. I think so. Just in the case of having better people to speak on the videos, maybe with better ideas, um, you have a high performer. They want to get in front of the camera and talk, and they want to bring the photographer out to their job site, and yeah, let's go talk to this guy and talk to this homeowner, and the high performer is going to be confident enough to do that,
Yeah, and I think I just see this too with other roofing companies that we serve, like where, man, once you start getting a few crazy high performers, like what it does for everything. So
It's contagious.
it's your whole, if you can do that, like if marketing can help, like, and you guys do it yourselves, like on social, on Facebook, all the things that you do, if it's good, it's attractive for great people. And if you've got great people, that's attractive. So it's just this like positive thing that just starts pushing up, and
It
man,
starts the flywheel, and you just gather momentum, and then the momentum keeps rolling.
yes. And I think of it as like, honestly, what do you really need to take over a market? Like 3 to 5 crazy high performers like can make a company insanely good.
Yeah.
It doesn't require every single last person on your company being this like mega mind. Like 3 to 5 insane high performers that sell and like service customers like really, really well creates a lot of momentum, and it's very attractive for other people that do great work.
Right. And then you have your 3 to 5, and then, your other people see that and feed off it. As long as you can maintain a good culture and not let it become like negative where people get jealous and stuff. And you don't have like that person in the office doing that.
Yeah.
You can really just stack momentum.
Well, when I think about crazy high performers, I'm really talking about like their impact on the team as well. I think about somebody who comes, they sell a lot. They could sell 4 million or whatever, but they also maybe are like I think about, they have sales manager qualities or like those types of people that also elevate the people around them. I was thinking about, I don't know if you're a T-Wolves fan. Anthony Edwards is every single.
I'm a Nuggets fan, but
Okay.
Anthony Edwards is pretty cool.
Anthony Edwards, every time he gets on I don't know if you've seen any of his post-game interviews or whatever, he's always championing his homies. And they want to talk to him because he's kind of charismatic and he's like, the star. He's one of the stars. But he's always talking about his homies. So he's like always saying like, no, Nas Reed, like if Nas Reed shows up, we're unstoppable. He's always talking about how if his key teammates show up, they're unstoppable. And he's constantly talking like that. He's not only championing his teammates in a way that's going to help him, but he's also kind of putting it on like, all right, guys, I'm going to show up, but if my teammates show up, this is going to be amazing. Like I love, like, it's almost like a little challenge, but he's always championing his buddies. And I think that even just I want to have that mindset as a leader. And I love it when I see teammates doing that too.
Yeah, I love that. That's super empowering. We recently added a section to our sales meeting where it's like sharing sales wins and losses from the last year. And it's like everybody around the room, you can speak up and share. It's not just like the highest performers or the sales manager. It's like, so you get the new sales reps, they get to share a win, and it kind of empowers them to kind of become a leader,
Does your company want to build your brand and get more jobs in the neighborhoods you're currently working in?
The Brick by Brick playbook allows you to establish your brand your reputation, and gain trust in any neighborhood in your service area with a series of 4 postcards sent once a week to the neighbors of your current jobs. If you want to get more work in the neighborhoods you're currently working in, get with the team at Dope Marketing and get your brick by brick playbook set up today.
Do you have Rilla?
Oh, we don't know.
Okay.
I just think that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a couple like that, and I'm not saying everyone should go do that, but I did hear there's a really good way to use it recently. They do show and tell. So you say like, what's something from your last, and you basically the same principle, but like, here's a recording. It's like, what's something that you did really well this last week, like an objection handling or like whatever, and then you bring your own to the sales meeting. Like you play the objection, or you could just say it, right? You could also just say this in the sales. Here was the objection. And then you go around the room and have the other people. How would you handle that? And then you say how you did handle it, or you play the clip. But the point is like show and tell for objection handling. I thought it was a really good, like possible. So it sounds like you guys are doing a little bit of that, or something kind of like.
Yep. Yeah. Similar. Maybe we'll take it to that format this week.
It seems like a very fun. I might try it too. I just heard about this. When you guys are having them share, you said it's wins. Are they sharing wins? What else what have they been doing just to give people your format too?
It's just been kind of like so I got this job last week and it was for a realtor, and I was up against the other guy, and they chose me because I believe they chose me because I said this to the realtor and my report looked like this. Yeah, here's how I made it in company cam and all you guys can see, and maybe we should do it this way more. Kind of chimes in. They're like, oh yeah, or you could add the logo here and make a cover photo or whatever,
Love that.
We all just collaborate. And then the key is to just do it after that going forward. Not to like, oh, we talked about it at the meeting and it was cool, and then no one thought about it again,
But once again, kind of show and tell for winning strategies on sales. Like this is that's once we have like a team of people selling, like let's cross-pollinate what's working. Let's talk about it every week. It's just a really good mindset. For home service businesses, and I know that, roofing for you guys, but you guys do a few other services too, right?
Yes.
If they're looking to improve the way that they're online, what's an online storytelling, but just what's the biggest mistake they should avoid? So what do you see as like most common or big mistakes that people do when it comes to
I think some people focus it too much on roofing or the roof, and they post like a before and after of like, before it was certainteed weathered wood, now it's certainteed driftwood, and it's a picture of a roof that no one cares about, and it's barely different. Like the roof looked fine to me the first time, and it had hail damage, and now it's a slightly different color, whatever, Or even if the roof's like totally trashed and then new roof after, it's kind of like, okay, I've seen an old roof before, So what? Like, show some faces, show happy customers, show happy people.
Like that's it.
Yeah, the before and afters, especially on roofing. Siding is a little different. If you have if you're just changing the color and it goes from lap siding to lap siding, whatever, you can imagine a color change. But if you're adding board and batten or like decorative accents in the gables or stuff, then sure. Show that off, but don't just show a side-by-side one or the other. Show like the before photo and then the after photo and then close-ups of the different textures of like the different styles of siding put on, make it artistic.
Yeah, because literally from my presentation, sometimes I like try to find a good before and after because I'm saying, hey, do these.
Right.
But like, it's hard to find dramatically different ones. I mean, it's okay. I think it's also okay to show the aspirational projects. Like you do that a lot. I think you show the aspiration, like the biggest, baddest, best roofs. You don't sit there and take a selfie in front of every basic roof that you ever do. Like you're really trying to get more nice projects and show those, and those market the other stuff too.
Absolutely. Yeah. People see us doing a roof on shingles on the University of Wyoming. It's like, hey, that's really cool. That's a recognizable building. And of course they can do my house, you know?
Exactly. I think that's okay to think about. Like, I think on the website, though, we're looking at the website, it's got a lot of medium, small, but like you got the nicest looking projects. Like, I think there's medium and small roofs on here, but they're nice looking. Like, make sure they're the nicest looking ones you do. Don't just slap any. And I think that comes down to the quality of the photography, the quality of the images,
Right.
images that you're investing in. It's not just like the website company. You're not putting this on somebody else and saying, oh, it's not good. Yeah, you are taking as much responsibility as you possibly can, and you're making it good. You made it good by hiring these photographers and videographers to make it good. And you're continuing to double down on that strategy. What would you say to somebody who's apprehensive to go hire a real photographer or videographer in their area? And is there too small of a company to do that?
I mean, there probably is. You have to be a good fiduciary to your company and not strain yourself by doing that. If that's not your priority, then do your best you can with an iPhone. But if you've, established that you have it in the budget and you can hire a photographer, like, what are you waiting for? Pull the trigger. Like, be a professional company. If you want to be a big company, do the things big companies do.
I don't think I could have said it better myself, so we can end on that. But Jake, where can people check you guys out if they want to go look at your social or your website?
Facebook and Instagram, Built Right Roofs, and then builtrightroofs.com.
Awesome. And thank you for being on. Thank you for taking the time. Really appreciate you. Love working for you guys. You have such a great culture. You guys are growing. I love working for growth mode companies. I like that we get to be a little bit of a part of that and try to help you to take things off your plate.
Yeah, you guys do a phenomenal job. I think every week I have the meeting with Skylar, and just seeing the results I think it's every other week actually. But seeing the results and the map pack and all that, it's incredible. And being able to have the input too, like on what blogs we can do and that are being posted, and that he cares to ask about, like, hey, what do you think of this blog post? Do you want me to tweak it, or what do you want what do you want it to say? And I can provide that input and they execute on it.
Love to hear that. I think, the principle there for business owners, no matter who your agency is just like, be involved, be talking through this stuff, be present, and be helpful, and be a partner, because you're not just saying, oh guys, get this done, I'm not going to look at it ever. You're saying, like, because that's dumb. No offense, but that is dumb, because no one's going to care more about your company than you are. You are the smart business owner who takes responsibility and is like, how can I make my marketing better? Yes, we all wish everyone would just do this stuff for us. We never have to talk to them and it was good. But that's not how this works. You follow money with effort. You invest money. You make sure it's well spent by giving the people what they need so that they can make it as good as it possibly can be, which I think is such a good principle for anybody trying to outsource stuff, or and you also you do the right things, Jake. So you're such a great example. Thank you for being on. Podcast is put on by hookagency.com, Hook Agency all over social, and talk to you later.